What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Tuesday, November 28th. Now, we're doing a follow-up video based on Frank's announcements as of yesterday. Now, he made a whole bunch of different tweets updating the community what to expect for this next season 3.33. In today's video, we're doing a follow-up because there's some new data, some new information around DID, which is the software that allows people to connect their wallets to be verified so that accounts could follow them, such as the DeGods Twitter account and also the y00ts Twitter account. But there's actually so much more to that as well. We're going to show you the technology that they developed within the app that they came up with. And also, very important, I want to share with you what the team has shared regarding licensing and also IP rights to holders. So how does this benefit holders who own a y00ts or a DeGod NFT? Well, I cannot wait to share that with you in this video in the most concise and easy way to understand. So with that said, be sure to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join our Patreon page, and most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So let's go ahead and look at the actual market floor. How's the floor price reflecting on both DeGods and also y00ts? Because usually, typically, when we see announcements happen, we tend to see a dump right afterwards. This is called buy the rumor, sell the news. So people are buying the rumor of these NFTs, and then when the news actually comes out, people then sell their NFTs or cryptocurrencies or whatever. That's what buy the rumor, sell the news is. But I noticed something, is that after the announcement actually happened, we actually haven't seen a major dip in both DeGods and y00ts. In fact, the floor has actually sustained itself pretty much steadily within the past 24 hours. So if we go ahead and look at the DeGods floor price in the terms of charting, really it hasn't taken a dip that far down. It was actually right around here, around close to around 3.75, but it's actually hovering around 3.43 Ethereum. So really, we haven't experienced a major dump, and I think it's because people are really happy with the news that they've seen with the artwork and what the team has developed, especially what Frank has said. And then when we look at the y00ts floor, again, this is within the 30-day range, we are still actually pretty high. We actually haven't taken a massive dip at all. In fact, over the past 24 hours, we saw a lot of major buying volume. But this is not just people buying these NFTs. This could be people fulfilling those blur bids that were betting on y00ts to dump. So people ended up either selling their NFTs or people ended up buying those NFTs. But nonetheless, the floor price is sustained really well here. And as you can see, we're forming higher lows. So right now we have a low right here, and then we also have another high low right here, and then another higher low right here. So basically, you're seeing that in this chart, y00ts is actually going up in terms of its trend. So that's really bullish in my personal opinion. And then moving on, we have to get into the nitty gritty, because right now Frank has released regarding presidents, regarding the roles of DeGods and y00ts. And right now he's selecting a specific president for each one of these roles, for each one of these different communities. So the way that it's going to work is that if you're selected as a president of each one of these communities, which one you're chosen for, then you will have access to the or Twitter account for each one of these different pages. Now, there isn't a budget, and Frank has actually mentioned this to people, is that there's not going to be a budget or payment for people who are going to be presidents of each one of these communities, but they will be able to be appointing different cabinet members within the community. And that's really interesting. So basically, someone who is going to be president is going to be volunteering, and it's going to be a short-term limit. So meaning that they are going to be in this role for a little bit of time, and they're going to see how it runs. Because again, I think what he's trying to say is they want to see that the president is in it, not for the money, but more for the community aspect. And you can go ahead and select this application right here, which is this link, and it'll take you to this page. And it'll basically ask you a few different questions, but basically it'll be the face and voice of this community. And also you'll collaborate and build on different projects and brand development within that community. And also you'll be the lead with empowerment phase, which means it allows people to understand, like, your words of wisdom is going to basically help the action and growth within that community. So you can definitely fill up your information here, which is your name, your Twitter handle, your email address, and also the different actual roles that you want to participate in. So further on, let's talk about other things. So if you don't want to become a president, well, maybe you are talented in many other areas. Maybe you're good in writing, engineering, community, product design, growth, art. Well, you can actually contribute to this as well. And this will be open later on. Again, this hasn't been released yet in terms of these specific information regarding contributions or contributors, but nonetheless, this is here. It's going to happen very soon. And these links will be available on their Discord page on d.xyz And this is a really great opportunity to see how much the community is willing to contribute to this, because it's all about community growth. And speaking of that, if you don't know, DID, again, was allowing people to connect their wallets, either if it's a hot wallet or a ledger cold storage, and allows you to get verified. And in exchange, you would get the Twitter accounts or the X accounts of both y00ts and DeGods to follow you, to just prove that you actually hold these assets in your account. But there's something there, because DID is actually going to be broadened. It's going to be expanded into something more. It's now going to allow them to track on-chain and on-chain activity history. So basically, if you're attending events, if you're making posts, if you're buying a specific product, merchandise, or maybe you're just really active on Twitter, well, it's going to track the history of that, and that's the underlying technology behind DID. And also what's great about it is that it's going to allow people to deposit the Dust token within this app. So a lot of confusion around Dust token because it's on multiple blockchains, right? It's on Polygon, it's on Ethereum, it's on Solana. And people were kind of confused about how do we manage sending or even transferring funds on all these different platforms. It's so confusing. Well, guess what? They have DID, which this app will allow you to deposit into this actual application. And if it's coming from Polygon, Ethereum, or Solana, it's going to come to this application, and you don't have to pay any gas fees, which is great. It's going to be absolutely covered. And so right now, I think this is a huge step in utilizing the Dust token. I think the Dust token is going to do really well in the short term to immediate term. Now, other than that, also, if you use this app, you may not even have to use Twitter anymore, because if you like anything within this DID or Detox app, which is what it's called, Detox, if you like, retweet, if you share, comment, it's just going to reflect on Twitter. And that's what's really great. It's utilizing the way that the community within DeGods and y00ts and transferring that over to Twitter. And that's what's really great. And that just goes to show that this team is more than just upgrading artwork, that they're also in it to develop technology. And also, let's get into the nitty gritty around de-licensing, or also licensing and IP rights. So what does it mean to own a NFT or a DeGod NFT? Now, people were wondering, like, what IP rights do I have of owning these NFTs? Because that's a really big thing. We know that some Bored Ape Yacht Club members own their IP rights, and also CryptoPunks, they own their IP rights as well. And people can do whatever they want with those IP rights. If it's to start a restaurant, a clothing brand, a music business, whatever it may be, this is the actual way that really DeGods and y00ts is going to be licensing to you. So right now we're going to be focusing on IP 2.0, which is de-licensed, not IP 1.0. That's the old version. So with your IP rights, you're going to have commercial rights to use your NFT and project logos. And also in terms of development, you can build your own or with the team. So with the team, I'm not sure if that's with the DeGods or D-Labs team, or if that's forming your own team, but that's really interesting itself. But also the most important thing is distribution. That's around crowdfunding or co-release. This is huge, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit. But before we do, I want to show you that actual contract, and this will be released fully on later on down the road. It's going to be released apparently later this week, and this licensing or contract is going to allow you to have full rights over your NFT and possibly your DeGod NFT as well. And we won't read this document right here now. We're going to wait until this is released later on down the week. But this is huge. This is absolutely huge. It's literally a document that allows you to have the trademark of your NFT and to utilize it the way that you want it to. And because of that, if you say, for instance, have your NFT, if it's a y00ts or DeGod, and you have the IP rights to that, well, guess what? They also have something called D-Starter. It's like Kickstarter, but it's for anybody who owns D-Lab assets, such as y00ts or DeGods. So if you're wanting to kickstart or D-Start one of your projects or ideas with your IP, with your y00ts or DeGod NFT, well, on this actual website, or maybe possibly an app, who knows, you can literally raise funds from the community, and people can contribute, supporters can contribute to you, and maybe they get something out of it. If maybe it's a hoodie in exchange for your donation, or if it's something else, an act of service, right? This is what's going to happen. And that's really cool in my opinion. This is taking things way far beyond another level. I don't see any other NFT collection doing this. That's why I'm super excited. So also, other than the de-licensing and IP rights, there's also how the app allows people to stay in touch with the community within their own community. So they have something called D groups, which allows people to stay in touch in their own chat. So right now on Twitter, or also known as X, I literally am in so many different groups on Twitter. If it's, Mickey y00ts, Mickey DeGods, if it's the Hazmat Suits, if it's Crowns, if it's 007, it's a lot of different groups to monitor within Twitter. But with this app, you don't have to do that. It literally does the formation of those groups easily for you. And that's what's great about it. And also, I think that this app could be worth something later on down the road. Meaning maybe there's a different company, an in real life Web 2 company that wants to buy the technology or maybe have access to this as well. And that's what's great, is that we're going to have exposure to not just the Web 3 world, but the Web 2 world maybe later on down the road. That's why it's really huge. So keep this in mind. This is like just crazy development apps. So right now, there's also something called D-Cities. So they ended up doing a survey not too long ago regarding people who want to contribute to D-Labs, if you're a U holder or DeGod holder. And they noticed that there are 5 cities that own a majority of these NFTs or holders. That's Los Angeles, New York, Miami, London, and Singapore. Apparently, those are the strongest communities of both DeGod and U holders, which is kind of crazy. So that's where the majority of people are. And so basically, I think that right now we could expect to see a lot of great in real life events here, but also I think that the app itself will help contribute to connecting to people to these different cities. And that's what's really awesome. And keep in mind, there is actually an event happening in Miami very, very soon, and that is Art Basel. So Kraken, the NFT exchange, and also crypto exchange, is partnering with D-Labs to hold these different numerous events within D-Basel. And that's what you're seeing here. So when you actually go to the website, which is dbasel.com, it'll show you these different categories, which is this right here, dbasel.com. And it'll show you that between December 7th through the 10th, there are many different events such as Poker Night, D-Country Club Classic, Builder Barbecue, Ecosystem Happy Hour, DeGods After Dark, so forth, so on. And you can register for these events. Now, I'm not sure if these events you have to be a DeGod holder, but nonetheless, just give it a try. If you're a U holder, DeGod holder, not a holder of any of these NFTs at all, try it out. And if you're interested in partnering up with the D-Labs team, if you're, a Web 2 company or Web 3 company, you can reach out to them. And that's what's really cool about this. And I'm excited for people going to Miami. I'm not going to be attending, but again, this is just really great news for this community. I definitely think this is how bullish it is that this is happening right before Miami Basel is happening. Something for people to celebrate with. And the last thing I want to share with you is that Frank said this. He says, I appreciate the outpouring of people in the community that are hungry to contribute and start building together. The last piece of this Clarify rollout is focused on how we will organize and channel this energy towards transitioning our community into an unstoppable growth engine. So this is the last slide that I'm showing you right now. We will make more updates because there's more updates happening today and possibly the rest of the week. So we'll make more videos about that once that news does come out. But I'm here to share with you concisely in this video on this channel how easy it is to understand why you should be excited to own a U or DeGod NFT. So with everything that I've said here, let me know your thoughts around all those updates regarding what Frank has said, the D-Lab teams has said, and what IP rights you get as a U holder or DeGod holder, and also the licensing rights you get as that. And also, how do you feel around the D application that they've created? I can't wait for Detox to come out and it connecting to Twitter. I want to hear all your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So with that said, be sure to like the button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls on both buy and sell orders, both NFTs and cryptocurrencies, and everything that's updating within y00ts, Frank, and DeGods. Until then, see you guys and girls next time.